All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for your. This is the State Expedited Accusations calendar in the State Court of Fulton County, Georgia. I am Judge Melanie Williams, and at this calendar, we will address matters for those individuals who have been recently arrested, but the cases have already been formally accused and bound over to state court. All defendants, please pay close attention. You have an absolute right to remain silent. Anything you say regarding the facts in your case can and will be used against you. You also have the right to an attorney today. As you can see, I'm conducting this hearing by video. I am not there in person with you. It's being live streamed, and that means any member of the public can log on and watch this. It's also being recorded. When I ask if you understand your rights, that is what I'm referring to. Those who receive a surety bond are going to our state all-purpose calendar on April the 14th, whereby aspects of the case can be revisited. Those who receive a signature bond, whether through the jail or through pretrial, will be reset for the notice. I must ask today, are there any interpretation cases? And have all defense attorneys had the opportunity to interview their clients?
Yes,
Okay, and Ms. Kim, you said no interpretation cases?
no interpretation
All
cases.
right, that's headed in the right direction for a good day. All right. Let's see. Who do we have first at curtain two?
Yeah, number 8, Favors.
All right, good afternoon, Mr. Favors. Your case is 26 CR 002130A. You're charged with giving false information to an officer. Do you understand your rights and how I'm conducting the hearing? Can we unmute just for 1 minute so you can tell me yes? Or you just give me a thumbs up, Mr. Favors, if you understand. You understand your rights, Mr. Favors? All right, thank you. Ms. Harvey, can I please have this history?
Yes, Your Honor. 10 cycles. The last arrest was January 15, 2026, out of Atlanta for stalking, theft by extortion, another offense I always sounded on, and driving without a valid license. That case does appear to be open out of Fulton County under 26 PI 000455. There's an open case out of Lovejoy for possession and use of drug-related objects. An additional open case out of Lovejoy for fleeing or attempting to elude a police officer, possession and use of drug-related objects. An open case out of Clayton County for theft by receiving stolen property, giving false name, and driving without a valid license. And an open case out of Lovejoy for identity theft fraud. On another person, 2 counts, hit and run, and driving without a valid license. Nothing further, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ms. Evans Battle, please proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. This incident happened March the 31st of 2026 when the parties were at 2442 Martin Luther King Jr. Drive. He was arguing with Drayana Murray. The police arrived and there was an investigation regarding the death of Mr. Favors' dog. At that time, Mr. Favors was aware he had warrants out on him. He gave the name of Asi Rashad Favors, which of course is not his name, to Officer Parks. Our bond recommendation, the bond is set at $5,000. We'd ask that it remain the same. As the court has heard, he has a significant amount of open cases in which he has been issued warrants for. So we would ask that he have the surety bond and that he have no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. This is just your case, Ms. McLeod.
It is, Your Honor. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Please
Your Honor,
proceed.
I'm asking for a signature bond for Mr. Favors. He tells me, Your Honor, that he called the police officer because there was an issue where someone had actually attacked his dog. As the state indicates, the dog actually died. So he was pretty traumatized about that because he tells me that this woman actually stomped on his dog. So he called to report this to the police. When the police were asking him, he thought they were asking for her name as opposed to his name. He said he was not aware of any warrants or anything, and he was not trying to give misinformation to the police officers. Given the nature of the charge, Your Honor, I'm asking for signature bond for him. He is currently unemployed, Your Honor, so he's not in a position to pay for bond. Nothing further.
All right, defendant's gonna receive a $5 cash fine. He said have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons. Is there anything additional from the state or from the defense?
Nothing further, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, best of luck to you, Mr. Favors.
All right, let's get number 20, Miss Owens.
And
Miss-
Your Honor, we do have a consent bond on this case. Let's see, Jared Owens, I sent a consent bond on that as well. It's a diversionary consent bond like Mrs. Owens, but I didn't hear back on that one.
Okay, 1 second, Ms. Owens, there appears to be a consent in your case, 26 CR 002122J, and what you're charged with battery family violence. I do want to check, I've been advised since the person has been brought. Ms. Harvey, despite there being a consent, very briefly, what is this defendant's history?
Which Owens was it, Your Honor?
20, Reese
20,
Owens?
first arrest, Your Honor.
Okay, understood. And Ms. McLeod, did you have any objection to the to the consent bond?
Oh, no, I actually signed it.
It's already signed and the person was still not
Yes, Your
released.
Honor.
Okay. All right.
Well, I only received it while I was actually speaking to my client. I received it, and it could have come earlier, but I was in court this morning.
I understand. I just wish I personally am frustrated I wish there was a way for us to do this more effectively. But all right, since the party is here, Mrs. Sirocco, will you go ahead and at least put the consented agreement onto the record, please?
Yes, Your Honor. For the consent bond, $5,000 signature bond through pretrial services level 1. Defendant shall enroll in pretrial diversion and pay any required enrollment fee. Defendant shall enroll in and complete the family violence intervention program and pay any required course fees. Defendant shall have no further violent contact with Jared Owens. Defendant shall complete 20 hours community service. Defendant shall have no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while out on bond, and defendant shall have no further violations of the law.
Okay. And that was what your understanding was, Ms. McLeod, correct?
That's my understanding, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Owens, you're being released on a signature bond with those terms. All right. Best of luck to you. Your case is concluded for today.
Yeah.
All right. And
Your
can we
Honor,
do
that concludes my business before the court today. May I be excused?
Yes, you may. Take care. Have a wonderful afternoon, Ms. McLeod. Bye-bye.
Do you want to see the
Thank
other
you,
one?
Your Honor.
Yes, can we do the other Owens?
Look, give me one thing.
All right, thank you.
On.
All right, Mr. Owens, good afternoon. Your case is 26 CR 002121J. You're charged with battery family violence. You understand your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. And Ms. Harvey, the history for Mr. Owens?
Can we hear
First
from
arrest, Your Honor.
the
Recommendations of
defense
UJR.
judge as to whether this is a consented upon bond here?
Okay, hold 1 second. I'm sorry, Ms. Harvey, you said first arrest?
Yes, Your Honor. Recommendation for pretrial was a
UJR
UJR
jail.
jail.
Okay, understood. Who represents Mr. Owens?
Jared Owens is a conflict, Your Honor.
He's also a conflict.
Yes.
Okay, so he doesn't have representation. So we'll just hear it as a regular case. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Your Honor, I'm
Sorry,
still
I'm
on.
putting
I'm just
interruption.
wondering why he's a conflict in that I represented the wife and they are married.
Well, is there another? I don't know. Is there? I can't explain it. What is the is the only conflict that? Why is the public defender's office conflicted out? I guess that's my first question.
Let me check the email, Your Honor, to make sure that the names were correct, but
Okay, so before you check the email, you all said that Jared was a conflict, but you all had Miss McLeod interview the wife, Reeves. So Jared is not a conflict.
Unless there's another. Is there? Could it be that there's another conflict?
I'm checking, Your Honor, I'm checking
It's
the,
just arrest and they're married.
I'll be happy to interview him quickly. He's got the consent bond, so it would be easy.
Okay. Are we ready, Ms. Kim?
Okay.
My client consents, signature on bond, Your Honor.
All right. Will you put the terms on, Mrs. Sirocco?
Yes, Your Honor. $5,000 signature bond through pretrial services level 1. Defendant shall enroll in pretrial diversion and pay any required enrollment fee. Defendant shall enroll in and complete the Family Violence Intervention Program and pay any required course fees. Defendant shall have no further violent contact with Reeves Owens. Defendant shall complete 20 hours of community service. Defendant shall have no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while out on bond and shall have no further violations of the law.
All right. And he so consents. All right. All right. You're being released on a signature bond with those terms, Mr. Owens. All right. Best of luck to you. Your case is going to be reset for the notice.
Judge Williams,
Yes, ma'am.
1 second. Who had Jared Owens? Well, who's the PD for him?
Jane Kim, PD Kim.
Okay, Ms. Kim, I just need the one that's signed by you for him.
Sure. Sure.
Thank you. I have the other defendant. Thank you.
Will do.
This is gonna add on one, Miss Murray.
Oh, there's an add-on.
It's actually, if you can wait a second, it's actually 3 cases on the add-on. But the defendant that's on the main calendar has 2 more cases. Can we hold on so that everybody can have that calendar? Give us a second, Your Honor, to get it sent out.
Okay, we're not quite ready for Murray. Can we take another position, please?
All right, number 11, Mr. Hayes.
No,
Come on, okay.
All right. Oh, Mr. Hayes, good afternoon. Your case is 26 CR 002132G. In this matter, you're charged with simple battery and battery. Do you understand your rights? All right, thank you. Ms. Harvey?
Last arrest, Your Honor, December 16th, 2021, out of Clayton County for DUI, driving while license suspended or revoked, and hit and run duty of driver to stop. There was no disposition listed for this case, Your Honor, and nothing further.
All right, thank you. Ms. Evans-Battle?
Yes, Your Honor. This happened March the 31st. The victim in the case is Zoe Kirkland. It appears that a neighbor or someone in the area called the police because they were able to see Mr. Hayes and a person by the name of Carl Lewis. It's my understanding that Carl Lewis is actually the boyfriend of Miss Kirkland. As it were, they were at 306 Skipper Place Northwest, and that witnesses observed 2 males punching, kicking, and a female who was on the ground, and they, of course, called the police. As a result of their kicking and punching her, she had cuts on her and scratches and bruises on her lips, neck, arms, and on her feet. We were asking for bond in this case in the amount of $5,000 surety bond. We're asking for the battery, $3,000, and the simple battery, $2,000. No further contact with Zoe Kirkland. Stay away from the 306 Skipper Place location as well. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons while on bond. Thank you.
All right, is Zoe Kirkland present and wishes to make a statement? All right, hearing none, Ms. Kim?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Hayes is 65 years old. He has been here in Georgia for more than 30 years, and he does have a good mailing address, and he is currently residing alone. I believe that the complaining witness is visiting one of his neighbors, and she was biting and attacking one of his neighbors who is more than 7 years old. My client graduated from high school, and he has actually he went to college in Norman, Alabama to get an associate degree for broadcasting, and he went to Army from 1981 to 1997. He is a retired veteran, and he does not have any employment. He gets a bare minimum from the government at this point. We asked for a signature on bond since he doesn't have anything, any violence related offense. The last one that he had was from more than 12 years ago. So we asked for him to have a signature on bond so he can return home.
All right, defendant is going to receive $1,000 surety bond, 500 on each count. He's to have no contact with Miss Kirkland and stay away from that location. Miss Kim, his address is not that location, correct? He lives next door. Is that the way that it's explained?
Yes.
So I won't exclude him from his own home. However, he should stay away from the location next door. He's to have no alcohol, drugs, or weapons. Is there anything additional?
Your Honor, can he have a share of 10%?
This one, I'm not going to do that, Miss Kim, but I appreciate your advocacy. All right.
No
Best
problem.
of luck to you, Mr. Hayes. Who do we have next?
17, Mr. Mason. Yeah, yeah, but, you know.
All right, Mr. Mason, your case is 26 CR 002116B. You're charged with battery, family violence, battery against a pregnant female, and simple battery, family violence. Do you understand your rights?
Yeah, ma'am.
All right, thank you, Ms. Harvey.
Yes, Your Honor. 2 cycles. The last arrest was July 4, 2025, out of Atlanta for possession of marijuana less than an ounce and possession of a Schedule 1 controlled substance. That case was dismissed. Recommendation is a UJR. Nothing further.
All right, thank you. Mrs. Sirocco?
Yes, Your Honor. I have that he was sentenced to 15 years served, 10 on it looked like that First Offender Act treatment case, 13 SC 122861. So it doesn't appear he's been out for that long. But this incident here with respect to the first case, the battery family violence case.
He
This was
does have to.
November.
I apologize. I didn't catch the position. Hold 1 second. Mr. Mason,
Okay.
you also have 26 CR 002120B, in which you're charged with stalking, terroristic threats. Stalking, family violence, terroristic threat, and 2 counts of obstruction. I just want to make you aware. Okay, please proceed, Mr. Sirocco, and thank you for advising me.
Sure. The first incident was November 8th, 2025. This is at 50 Mount Zion Road in Atlanta. Officers responded there to a call and made contact. Well, first they knocked on the door there and was making his way back to the patrol vehicle after not receiving an answer. But that's when they spotted a male in a white sedan, informing them that there was a domestic situation occurring around the corner near that the J building at the location. Officer got there and was flagged down by the victim, Miss Princess Rochelle. If I'm pronouncing that correctly, she explained that the defendant, who is her boyfriend and the father of her children, had fought her in the parking lot. She explained the defendant was upset about some boys who found her attractive standing around the parking lot looking at her and had attacked her as she was walking away from him. She was punched in the face by him multiple times. She stated, and officer observed redness and swelling on her face. She has 2 children with him and was at the time currently 4 weeks pregnant by him. She identified him by his Georgia ID that they showed that was shown on scene, and a warrant was issued for his arrest there. The November 9th stalking, terroristic threats and acts incident so just a day following this, was also at the same location, the Mount Zion Road address. And officers responded there to reports of the defendant banging on the windows and refusing to leave the premises. They made contact with, again, Miss Rochelle, who explained that the defendant was banging on the windows, and it's at that apartment she shares with her grandmother. He wouldn't leave. And she provided recordings of a voice call that she had with the defendant, where the defendant can be heard saying something along the lines of, "I'm going to keep knocking until I get a blunt and a bottle, and I'm not leaving." Officer spotted the defendant. The two officers actually spotted the defendant, but he fled on foot. This was subsequent to the incident here. And in one of the recordings that they heard as well, something along the lines of, "I see two police cars by your windows, and I'm going to throw a brick at both of them." Also threatened to throw a brick through her window, Judge. The state's recommendation here, given this being two incidents against the same victim, we do have concern for her safety. I see that she was on the line here, appears to still be. We would ask the court sound for her when appropriate. We haven't been able to speak with her yet. We're recommending on position 17 a $5,000 total surety, $2,000 on the battery, family violence, and the battery against a pregnant female, and $1,000 on the simple battery, family violence. As for position 18, we're recommending a $4,000 total surety, $2,000 on the stalking, family violence, $1,000 on the terroristic threats and acts, and $500 on each obstruction. We would recommend no further contact with Princess Rochelle. Stay away from Mount 50 Zion Road in Atlanta, and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol. Just as well, if he does in fact bond out, we would recommend that he enroll in FFIP here.
All right. Is Princess Rochelle present and wishes to make a statement? If you don't wish to make a statement, if you do wish to make a statement, please turn on the camera, raise your right hand. All right, we do need to see you. And can you hold still, please, ma'am, if you don't mind? Thank you. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Put your hand down. Let me give you some instructions, okay?
Okay.
We do need to see you at all times. We need you to stay as still as possible. There will be other proceedings where you'll have the opportunity to really flesh out the facts of the case. Today, I'm most concerned with any concerns you have for your own safety and your desire for contact with the defendant. With those instructions in mind, again, please hold still if you can. What would you like to tell me?
I was finna tell you it ain't possible for us to do zero contact because we have a kid together. So it's impossible for us to do zero contact. Like, that's impossible. And he gonna be a part of his child life. So that's impossible for zero contact.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to make me aware of?
And that's it.
All right. I appreciate you coming to court and making that statement, okay? All right, Ms. Kim, please proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Mason is 28 years old. And Your Honor, he and his complaining witness, they reside together and they have children together. At this point, my client is unemployed. He has been searching for his job, so he does not have any funds to pay for a bond. Your Honor, he strongly prefers to have a no further violent contact, and yet if Your Honor is not inclined to give him a no further violent contact, even though this happened almost 4 months ago, well, he definitely has to go there to retrieve his personal belongings, Your Honor. And also the first offenders thing, that one was when he was only 14 years old, and the juvenile case should not prejudice my client. When you consider the history, please do not consider that part. And I ask for Your Honor to give him a signature on bond and no further violent contact.
These are two separate, I just want to clarify, these are two separate events within a day within a day?
Within like hours, Your Honor. It was November 8th.
It was in the middle of the night?
And then November 9 a.m., which was
Around 2 a.m. on the 9th, Your Honor.
At 1 a.m. One happened at 1 a.m. The other one happened at like afternoon. So
It's an ongoing, okay. So, okay, here's what we're gonna do. All right, on position 17, the case ending in 2116B, defendant is gonna receive, let me do this math. Okay, I'm changing it a little. Okay, defendant is gonna receive a $2,500 surety bond, 1,000 on each battery family violence count, and 500 on the simple battery for the total of the 2,500. He's to have no further violent contact with the alleged victim, have no alcohol, no drugs, and no weapons as a condition of that surety bond. On position 18, the defendant is, let me do this math. Give me 1 second, I'm sorry. Okay, defendant is also going to receive a $2,500 surety bond on that as well. 1,000 on count one, 500 on each remaining count for that total of 2,500. So he has a total surety bond of 5,000 between the two cases, with the same conditions: no further violent contact with Princess Rochelle. I don't want to set him up for failure. I'm not going to enforce the FVIP, but I am going to recommend that he go ahead and get started with that. Is there anything additional from the state or from the defense?
Your Honor, can it be a Cherish 10% program?
No, Ms. Kim, not at this time. All right. All right. Best of luck to you, sir.
Number 7, Mr. Eason.
Okay. Mr. Ethan, your case is 26 CR 002113A. In this case, you're charged with loitering and prowling. You understand your rights?
Yes.
Thank you. Ms. Harvey?
3 cycles, last arrest April 27, 2025, out of Fulton County for a probation violation. He was sentenced for criminal attempt to commit a felony and battery June 17, 2024 to 2 years probation under first offender, Your Honor, out of Fulton County, and nothing further.
Thank you. Ms. Evans Battle?
Yes, he was located at the Alpharetta Public Library after business hours. It appeared that he had been there several times. They've tried to get him to move on, not sleep at the location. He has his things there and they're spread all over the plaza. And so they have charged him with loitering. We are asking for a our bond recommendation is $1,000 surety. Stay away from the 10 Park Plaza location, which is the Alpharetta Public Library. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond. That he meet with a social worker for services to help meet his housing needs or any other things that he needs. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. All right, Ms. Patton?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Easton's 28 years old. He is a native. He has had some issues over the course of the past 2 to 3 years. He is willing to speak with a social worker. I do think he needs a social worker visit to get resources through our office with employment and housing.
All right.
At this time, he is staying at the 420 Cortland address. So we just asked for a social worker visit so that he can get resources, and then hopefully after the visit, he's able to be released to continue, building his life and getting stable.
Okay, defendant's gonna receive a $5 cash bond. He's to stay away from the Alpharetta Library, have no alcohol, drugs, or weapons, and he'll be reset to all purpose on the 14th. Is there anything additional? All right,
No, Your Honor.
best of luck to you, sir. Who do we have next?
Position 1, Miss Adams. Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon.
Aye.
All right, Ms. Adams, good afternoon. Your case is 26CR002119K. You're charged with simple battery family violence. You understand your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Ms. Harvey.
First arrest, Your Honor. Recommendation is a UJR through the jail. Nothing further.
Thank you so much. Ms. Evans-Battle?
Yes, the incident happened on March the 31st at 720 Still Rock Drive. She appeared to be in a dispute with Mr. Neil Young, her boyfriend, and they lived together. There was some back and forth there was some argument going on. He was trying to leave, she was trying to leave. At this particular time, Mr. Young, is my understanding, has made contact with our office as well, and he indicated that he thought that there may be an issue with alcohol. He was okay with a signature bond and with her returning to the location. As we are as well, our recommendation is a $3,000 signature bond, pretrial services level 1, no further violent contact with Neil Young, complete 3 anger awareness classes. We would ask the court to something that maybe could address his indication that there may have been an issue with alcohol. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons, of course, while on bond. Thank you.
All right, is Mr. Young present and wishes to make a statement? All right, Ms. Kim, do you object to the signature bond? I'm sorry, Ms. Patton, this is your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you
No
object
objection.
to the signature bond and the anger awareness?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, defendant is going to receive a $3,000 signature bond at level 1 through pretrial services. She's to have no further violent contact with Mr. Young. She is going to be I won't do that at this point. She's to have no alcohol, drugs, or weapons, and she's going to take a 2-day anger awareness course. Is there anything additional from the state of the defense?
No, Your Honor.
All right, best of luck to you, Ms. Adams. That concludes your case for today.
Are you ready for add-on 1, Ms. Murray?
Yes, I think so. Mr. Murray just has the one charge, correct? Can somebody verify Ms. Evans' battle?
Yeah, the one to Ms. Mitchell.
Yes,
Okay, the add-on calendar I have just has the one charge, and that's correct. There's no more.
not for she has a felony case.
Oh, Ms. Murray. Okay. Okay. All right. Good afternoon. Your case is 26CR002139E. In this case, you're charged with battery. Do you understand your rights today?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Murray. Ms. Harvey, may I please have Ms. Murray's history?
Yes, Your Honor. 4 cycles. Last arrest was February 11, 2025, out of Fulton County for obstruction. There does appear to be a hold out of Decatur, Georgia. The defendant appears to have an open case for case number 25CR000731E for willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer, giving false information to a law enforcement officer, driving without a valid license, and following too closely. She is currently being supervised by a pretrial for this case, and we will be doing a bond surrender today. There's also an open case out of Clayton County for criminal trespass and loitering and prowling. An open case with Peachtree City for giving false name, address, or birthday to a law enforcement officer, and theft by shoplifting. In addition, there's an open case out of Fulton County for aggravated cruelty to animals under 26 PI 002611. Nothing further.
Thank you. Ms. Evans' battle?
Yes, Your Honor. This incident actually happened back in October of 2025. The victim is Leilani Leggett. It appears that they were all at the studio of Miss Leggett's boyfriend, and indicated that she was there. There was a dispute actually between Miss Leggett and another young lady. They were fighting, and Miss Murray decided to help out as best she could, and as a result, she's being charged with the battery. Our bond recommendation, in light of her significant history in open cases is for a $3,000 surety bond at this time, that she have no further contact with Leilani Leggett. And she's to stay away from that 700 Marietta Street location as well. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons while on bond. Thank you.
Thank you. Is Leilani Leggett present and wishes to make a statement? Okay, hearing none. Ms. Patton?
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Murray's 19 years old. She's been in Atlanta since she was younger, since 2012. She attended Douglas High School. She graduated from a Christian academy. She's currently working at a McDonald's on Martin Luther King Jr. Drive, and has been there for 11 months. Your Honor, we're going to ask for a signature bond in this case so that she can go over on her hold. She has other things she needs to worry about. And that's going to be the request from defense today.
Defendant's going to receive a $1,500 surety bond. She's to have no contact with Miss Leggett. Stay away from that location on Marietta Street. Have no alcohol, drugs, or weapons. And this matter will be reset to state all purpose on April the 14th, where the aspects of the case can be readdressed. Is there anything additional?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right. Best of luck to you, Miss Murray. The case is closed for today.
Just got number 9, Mr. Glass.
Mr. Glass, good afternoon. Your case is 26 CR 002138Y. In this case, you're charged with simple battery, family violence. Do you understand your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Ms. Harvey?
9 cycles. Last arrest was July 28, 2023 out of Gwinnett County for a probation violation. Does appear to be an open case out of Fulton for theft by receiving stolen property and possession of marijuana under 19 SC 173128. An open case for aggravated assault, possession of a firearm or knife during the commission of a felony, and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon under 25 SC 000502. 2020 conviction for entering auto, 2021 burglary and obstruction, 2020 driving while license suspended or revoked. There does appear to be a hold out of Gwinnett County and also a hold out of the state of Mississippi for a capital offense. That's from 2024. Recommendation is a level 3. Nothing further.
Thank you. Ms. Evans-Battle?
Your Honor, this incident happened where there was a dispute between his great uncle and his father. And I believe his father is actually charged with stabbing his uncle, who's the victim in this particular case. I'm sorry. And at this time, it appeared that he came into the room while all of this was going on and punched his uncle in the face. And so he's being charged with the simple battery. We're asking for a $3,000 surety, and that the victim has indicated that he wants for contact. He's just said no further violent contact. He wants him to be able to return to the location because Mr. Glass helps care for his mother. And he would ask for some anger management for him. We are asking for no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And I'm sorry, the uncle's name again, is he expected to be on soon?
He was not expected. His name is Stephen Johns.
All right, is Stephen Johns present? And I'm sorry, the state's position was no further violent contact?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Ms. Kim?
Yes, Your Honor, this happened on May 2nd, 2025, last year. Your Honor, my client is 25 years young. He was born and raised here in Georgia, and he is currently residing with his grandparents who are 90-some years old. He is a caregiver for them. And uncle, who is about 50 years old, they live together. And Your Honor, my client graduated from high school. Actually, he got GED, and right now He used to work as a traffic controller. However, last 3 to 4 days, he believes that he probably is fired by that. So he does not have any funds to pay for any bond. Your Honor, he has a Gwinnett County hold. And I believe there's another one, Illinois, who wants to extradite him. And then I just heard from ASG that also there's a Mississippi, or I mean he's got a lot of long way to go. We asked for a signature on bond for a pretrial and no further violent contact. He relates to Quebec County only.
All right, defendant is gonna receive a $1,500 surety bond. I'm sorry, it's $1,000 surety bond. He's to have no further violent contact with the alleged victim, have no alcohol, drugs, or weapons, and he's going to odd purpose on the 14th. Is there anything additional?
Nothing further from defense, Your Honor.
All right, best of luck to you, Mr. Glass. That concludes your case for today.
Thank you. Then we got number 16, Mr. Marshall. Second one.
I'm sorry, 16?
16, yes, sir.
Yes, thank you. I apologize. Mr. Marshall, good afternoon. Your case is 26 CR 002115K. In this case, you're charged with simple battery family violence. Do you understand your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Ms. Harvey?
15 cycles. The last arrest was in 2012 out of Fayette County for a probation violation. The last conviction was in 2011 for sale of marijuana. There's a 2010 forgery and at least 2 other convictions from 2005. Recommendation from pretrial was a level 2 and nothing further.
All right, thank you. Ms. Evans Battle?
Yes, Your Honor, this happened in December at 2176 Donnelly Howell Road. The victim, LaToya Dickerson, indicated that Mr. Marshall had slapped her. They were living in the same space. She asked him to pick up some things. He started throwing objects around the room, playing music real loud, and she indicated she was taking her shirt off, and just all of a sudden he struck her, and that she had some swelling and stinging sensation. The officers didn't see any visible injuries, so he was charged with a simple battery family violence. In light of his history, at least in the last several years, our recommendation is for a $3,500 signature bond through pretrial services level 2. We are concerned that based on his behavior at the time, that he may need to meet with a social worker for MH. No further contact with the victim. He has to stay away from the location and complete some anger awareness classes. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons while on bond.
All right, is it LaToya what was the name? I'm sorry, Ms. Evans Battle.
LaToya Dickerson.
Dickerson. Is Ms. Dickerson present and wishes to make a statement? Hearing and seeing none, Ms. Kim, any objections to the signature bond at level 2?
No objection to a signature on bond, Your Honor.
What about the no contact and stay away?
That is okay with my client as well. They don't live together. They have no child together. She moved out. They have not had any contact ever since December 15th.
All right, defendant is going to receive a $3,500 signature bond at level 2 through pretrial services. He's to have no contact with the alleged victim. And I'm sorry, Ms. Kim, are you saying that he stays at that location?
No, he doesn't.
Okay, and he's to stay away from that location, have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons, and he'll be reset for the notice. Is there anything additional?
Nothing further from defense, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Marshall, best of luck to you. Who do we have next?
Position 5, Miss Davis.
All right, good afternoon, Ms. Davis. Your case number is 26 CR 002128A. In this case, you're charged with conspiracy to commit a misdemeanor. Do you understand your rights today?
No.
Thank you, Ms. Harvey.
6 cycles. The last arrest was April 8, 2025 out of Fulton County for an FTA. There does appear to be an open case out of Clayton County for possession of a Schedule I controlled substance, possession of a Schedule IV controlled substance, and possession of marijuana less than an ounce. Also an open case out of Clayton County for reckless conduct and criminal damage to property in the second degree, and out of Fulton County for simple assault under case number 22 CR 004861J. There are 3 FTAs from 2025. Recommendation is a level 3. Nothing further.
Thank you so much. All right, Ms. Evans Battle.
Yes, this incident happened December the 14th of 2025 at 396 Piedmont Avenue Northeast. Cedrica, spelled Sedrica, Sypho, spelled Sypho, indicated that a male who we've come to learn's name is Joseph Millhouse, was scheduling a hair appointment with her, and how he got in contact with her was through Miss Davis. Apparently, Miss Davis and Mr. Millhouse were friends, and he indicated that he wanted to get revenge on Miss Sypho. So he asked Miss Davis to contact her in order to schedule a hair appointment. And even in the conversations and the messages, she had already, before he could get the words basically out of his mouth, she had already reached out to Miss Sypho, said, "Hey, I'm in Vegas. I've got a client for you. I want you to get with." And so there were messages back and forth about setting up the situation. Once Miss Sypho got to that location, he, along with another person, grabbed her. He sprayed mace in her face. The other person was a female young lady, was hitting on her as well, and the police were called. And she was injured as a result of this. She dropped her phone, and they are also charged with robbery besides the battery that was committed. In light of her history, we are asking for a $5,000 surety, no further contact with Ms. Sypho. We're also asking that she have no contact with Joseph Millhouse, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond. Thank you.
Thank you. Is Mr. Millhouse present and wishes to make a statement? Or was he also arrested? I'm assuming so. All right, Ms. Patton.
Hi, Your Honor. Miss Davis is 21 years old. She is a native to Atlanta. She attended Douglas High School and Tri-Cities High School. She has a 2-year-old that she cares for. She's a loctician. Your Honor, we're going to be requesting a signature bond through pretrial at a level 3. Miss Davis needs to get back to her 2-year-old. Her 2-year-old is with her best friend who is at the home, but she does need to get back to her to take custody of her, make sure she's cared for. And so that's what we'd be requesting today.
Defendant is going to receive $1,000 surety bond. He's to have no alcohol, drugs, or weapons, and have no contact with the alleged victim in this case. Is there anything additional from the state of defense? All right, hearing none, best of luck to you, Ms. Davis. That concludes your case for today. Who do we have?
Excuse me, Your Honor, you said surety, right?
I did. Surety bond, $1,000.
1,000?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And if we got 23, Mr. Roberts.
Your Honor, this is a consent bond that we have.
Okay, thank you. Since he's here, hold on before we begin. Ms. Harvey, can I, Mr. Roberts, your case is 26 CR 002109Y. In this case, you're charged with cruelty to animals. You understand all the rights that you have today? All right, Ms. Harvey.
2 cycles, last arrest December 22nd, 2023 out of Villa Rica for driving while license suspended. That did result in a conviction, and the recommendation from pretrial was a level 2. Nothing further.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Sirocco, what was the consent?
Yes, Your Honor. State's recommending the consent was a $6,000 total signature bond through pretrial services level 1. There are 2 counts of cruelty to animals here. Defendant shall enroll in and complete the BARC online animal cruelty course and pay any required course fees. Defendant shall surrender any animals, including canines, to Fulton County Animal Services. Defendant shall have no pets or animals of any kind, including canines, while out on bond. Defendant shall have no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while out on bond, nor will defendant have any further violations of the law. That is, yes, and it should be 3,000 per charge here, Judge.
All right, thank you. Ms. Kim, that was the agreed upon consent bond.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Roberts, you're being released on a signature bond with those conditions. If you have questions, I'm sure Ms. Kim can further explain to you, all right?
Thank you.
All right, best of luck to you, sir. Who do we have next?
Number 30, Mr. Walls.
Mr. Wall, good afternoon. Oh, you're coming. Your case is 26 CR 002127D. You're charged with 2 counts of battery family violence and 2 counts of simple battery family violence. Do you understand your rights? Thank you, Ms. Harvey.
4 cycles. Last arrest was March 23rd, 2026 with the city of Atlanta for driving while license suspended or revoked. There was no disposition listed for this case, Your Honor. Recommendation is a level 1, nothing further.
Thank you. Mr. Sirocco?
Yes, Your Honor. This incident took place August 30th, 2025. This is at 3480 Welcome Mall Road in Atlanta. Officers responded to the location regarding a dispute and made contact with the victim, Miss Nadira Holmes. She explained the defendant, who is her boyfriend and lives with her at that address, had attacked her and taken her car. She stated he had punched her in the face multiple times, thrown a cup of ice on her, and dragged her out of the vehicle. Officer saw bruising and abrasions on the right side of her face. Also an abrasion on her left elbow. She had blood on her clothing. The origin of the bleeding was not determined here, but there were other, there's bruising and swelling to the left side of her face as well. Got that. Yes. And she did positively identify him via his driver's license photo. We did speak with Miss Holmes. She and the defendant have been together for about a year. They've lived together for about 9 to 10 months. They don't share any children. She and the defendant are still together. They're currently in counseling. She states this has never happened before, and she wants contact. She's okay with the defendant returning to the home. She would like the defendant to have a signature bond. We'll be fine with a signature bond, but we would ask for a signature bond in the amount of 10,000 total here, with 3,000 on the battery family violence and 2,000 on the simple battery family violence, each of those, for a total of 10,000 through pretrial level 2. We would recommend FIB here, Your Honor. It sounds like a severe incident here. We are concerned for her safety. But if he's going to be enrolled in that, we'd be okay with no further violent contact with Miss Nadira Holmes, no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond. And if we could sound for Miss Holmes, I'm not sure if she was able to make it on the Zoom today.
All right, is Ms. Holmes present and wishes to make a statement? All right, hearing none, Ms. Kim?
Yes, my client consents to those prosecutors, ASG's proposal, Your Honor. He is 44 years old, and I believe the complaining witness and my client are planning to marry next month. He's gainfully employed as a fiber optic technician working for IES Communication. Your Honor, we would like to request for signature on bond that we totally agree. No further violent contact is okay. He is recommended for number 1, pretrial service number 1. So that's what we would like to ask for.
All right, defendant is going to receive an $8,000 signature bond at level 2 through pretrial services, 3,000 on each battery family violence and 1,000 on each simple battery family violence. He's to have no further violent contact with Ms. Holmes, but I am going to require that he enroll in the FVIP program and begin that. Have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons. The case is going to be reset for the notice. Is there anything additional from state or defense?
You said level
No,
two,
Your
right?
Honor.
I said level 2.
Okay.
Any objections? All right. Best of luck to you, Mr. Walls. That concludes your case.
All right, let's have 31, Mr. Williams.
Oh, Mr. Williams did not make bond. All right, Mr. Williams, I saw you on Monday. Good afternoon. Your case is 26 CR 002112A. Mr. Williams, you're charged with criminal trespass. Do you understand your rights today?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Ms. Harvey, I am aware of Mr. Williams' history, so put someone to the record.
You said, I'm sorry, did you say?
Just give us the number of cycles and last arrest.
Okay, yes, Your Honor. 4 cycles, last arrest September 13, 2024 out of Fulton County for battery.
All right, thank you. All right, Mr. Sirocco.
Yes, Your Honor. This was the March 10th incident, 320 Fairburn Road, Southwest in Atlanta. Officers dispatched the location regarding a vandalism call and made contact with the caller and victim, Miss Amariah Arnold. She explained the defendant, the father of her children, was involved in an altercation with her. She was asleep in the living room when the defendant entered the residence, accused her of speaking with someone else on the phone, and tried to take the keys to her vehicle. She prevented him from taking said keys, and he had exited the residence, retrieved a knife, and began puncturing the tires of her vehicle, deflating one of those tires. Miss Arnold stated the defendant has physically been abusive towards her in the past, and that was during both of her pregnancies with the children they share. And there are documented incidents within the city of Atlanta. You're familiar, Your Honor, with that case ending in the 24 CR 006482A, battery against a pregnant female, and battery of which he was convicted last October. That's the same victim as here. He is in violation of the no further contact provision of his probation. We have requested that a petition to revoke be filed. Additionally, there's that battery family violence conviction from just recently. It was March 30th, 2026. The disposition's not in Odyssey yet. That was against a different victim. Or it wasn't when I checked last, and there is the First Offender Act probation case that he's on right now for ag assaults, family violence, and battery family violence. That's for strangling and beating a different victim, but his live-in girlfriend who had just broken up with him there. 5 years probation, along with the 2024 FTA, Your Honor. We did speak with Miss Arnold. She's stated that she and the defendant share a 3-month-old and a 1-year-old. They've been living together for almost 2 years and started living together as a couple of months after getting together. She says the defendant did come home while she was sleeping. Defendant startled her, and he assumed she was jumping because she was on the phone with someone. The defendant asked who that was that she was with on the phone, and she ignored him. That's when he became angry, went outside and flattened her tire. She watched him flatten her tire, but she states the defendant's never acted like this towards her before, and she's fine with contact and the defendant returning home. We are certainly not. We are extraordinarily concerned for her safety, given the violation of probation with this case, both of his convictions, and the First Offender Act treatment case. We have enormous concern for her well-being. And also there's a risk of failing to appear here for the threat to her life, and failing to appear. The state's recommending a $7,000 cash bond in this case, Judge. No further contact with Amariah Arnold. Stay away from 320 Fairburn Road, Southwest in Atlanta, and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond.
All right, is Ms. Arnold present and wishes to make a statement? Hearing none, Ms. Kim.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Williams is 25 years young, and he has been here in Georgia all his life. He is residing with his grandmother right now. Your Honor, they were living together. This happened about 20 days ago. Um, my client does not have any objection to stay away and no contact as long as he gets one-time law enforcement officer as good a visit to retrieve his personal belongings from 320 Fairburn Road, which is incident location, and also third-party transfer for those two children. My client completed 12th grade and yet he couldn't graduate from high school. He is still pursuing for his GED. He does have 4 minor children on top of including these 2 minor children from with a complaining witness. Your Honor, he's gainfully employed at Checker Rally, and he is the oh there's a iPhone says she has something to say. She is a complaining witness. And anyway, we asked for a signature on bond through pretrial level 3. If Your Honor is not inclined to give you a signature on bond, we asked for surety bond, not the cash bond, Your Honor. We asked for maybe $2,000 surety bond and no further violent contact. Thank you.
All right, Ms. Arnold, please raise your right hand and unmute. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Or what would you like to tell me?
Well, so due to me and him having a 3-month-old and a 1-year-old, it's not possible that he's not going to be around his kids. And with us staying together, he has to be here for his kids because I can't raise no kids by myself.
Right. Is there anything additional?
No.
All right. All right. Anything additional from the state of the defense?
Nothing.
All right.
No, we're good.
All right. Defendant is going to receive a $6,000 surety bond. He's to have no contact with the alleged victim at this time and stay away from that location. He can return one time with a member of law enforcement to get any items. Additionally, he's to have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons. The case will be reset to state all purpose on April the 14th, whereby aspects of the case, including contact, can be revisited. Is there anything additional from State of Defense? All right. All right. Best of luck to you, Mr. Williams. What do we have next?
Position 13, Miss Ivory.
Thank you. Miss Ivory, good afternoon. Your case is 26 CR 002117B. You're charged with simple battery, family violence in this case. Do you understand your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Miss Harvey?
8 cycles. Last arrest was May 10, 2025, out of Atlanta, Georgia for a DUI. That case was a bind over on December 1st, 2025. 2013, willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer. Sentenced under first offender in 2015 for giving false name. Sealed in 2017. Recommendation from pretrial is a level 3. Nothing further.
Thank you. Ms. Evans-Battle?
Yes, Your Honor, this happened at 1991 Martin Luther King Jr. Drive on March the 30th. It appears that there was a domestic dispute between she and Shanique Clark. They were apparently arguing. It appeared that Ms. Clark had been warned by a nephew that other parties who lived in the household were concerned about how the bills were being paid or not being paid. So there was an argument that and confrontation that ensued once she arrived at the location. And initially it was between her and another party. But at some point in time, Miss Ivory got very upset with her and punched her in the face. And at that time, Ms. Clark just held her back and they were able to separate the parties. We're asking for a $3,500 surety bond based on her history, her already open cases and violations, no further contact at this time, and stay away from the location. When the last I looked, we hadn't heard anything from Ms. Clark. So we are maintaining that there should be no further contact and to stay away at this time.
All right, is Ms. Clark present and wishes to make a statement? All right, hearing and seeing none, Ms. Patton.
Yes, Your Honor. Miss Ivory has been in Atlanta since 2016. She currently is working at State Farm and has been there for 3 years. She does have a child that she needs to get back to, and she is at risk of termination if she's not released soon. Your Honor, Miss Ivory was actually the one who called 911. She was asking for help, and she ended up being arrested because she threw a bottle trying to protect herself and create space. We will be requesting a signature bond in this case, again, so that she could be released to get her child and also maintain her employment. And that's what defense will be requesting today.
All right, defendant is going to receive $1,000 surety bond. She's to have no contact with Ms. Clark, stay away from that location, and have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons. Is there anything additional? All right. Best of luck to you, ma'am. Who do we have next?
I ask a question, just as far as the stay away. So it's my home, my apartment, it's only in my name. So if I stay away from the location, me and my child don't have a place to live. And so,
Okay.
and I'm really miscarrying right now. So if there could be reconsideration for a signature, like I really would like to go to a doctor.
Okay. I'm not going to do the is the information that we have that the alleged victim still lives at that location?
Because we've not been able to
Will it speak
communicate
with
with
her?
her.
Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna have Miss Ivory return to the location one time with a law enforcement officer to make the determination as to whether there is, the victim still resides there. If the victim is no longer there, she can return to that home. If the victim is still there, she will have to make other arrangements. I will allow this case to go through the sheriff's 10% program. All right, is there anything additional? All right, best of luck to all parties concerned. Who do we have next?
Number 2, Mr. Bonia Busos.
All right, good afternoon, sir. Mr. Bonia Bustos, your case is 26 CR 002124L. You're charged with battery, family violence, and cruelty to children in the third. Do you understand all your rights today? Is that a yes?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Ms. Harvey?
2 cycles. The last arrest was May 18, 2024, out of Fulton County for criminal use of an article with altered ID mark, carrying a weapon without a license, furnishing, purchasing, and possession of an alcohol beverage by persons below legal age. That is open under 25 SC 005297. There's also an open simple battery, family violence, 2 counts, and obstruction case out of Fulton County under 24 CR 005733L. Recommendation from pretrial was a level 2, and nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Ms. Evans Battle?
Yes, this happened back in July of 2025. The victim in this case is actually his brother. It appears that they were at the home of the defendant, and there was an altercation between the parties in which Mr. Bryant did hit his brother with a closed fist and left his right eye with marks on it, as well as there was the victim's daughter was present at the time and apparently tried to get him off of her father and Mr. Bryant here. He hit her as well, or he may have indicated that it was not on purpose, but it was also done in the presence of the child. We're asking for bond in this particular case. I think it was. Yes, in this particular case, we were asking for bond. It would be $3,500 on the battery, family violence, and $2,000 on the cruelty to children. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond. We were able to speak with the victim in this case, and he indicated that this is his younger brother, that at the time they were concerned because he also, I don't believe he's supposed to be in possession of, but he had grabbed a gun and was leaving the house, which made everyone nervous as well. The victim indicated he does not live at that location, so he is free to go back there. But he is concerned that if the court provides a bond, a low bond, that he'll be back out and doing the same thing as well. So that's our bond recommendation. Judge, thank you so much.
Right, thank you. And I'm sorry, the victim's name again, Miss Evans Battle.
His name is Louis, Luis, Bustos, Bustos.
All right, is Louis Bustos present and wishes to make a statement? Hearing none, Miss Patton?
Yes, Your Honor. He is 22 years old. He is a native, graduated from Roswell High School. He currently is working at Zaxby's, and he does not live at the incident location. He does live with his sister and his child. And Your Honor, I don't see in the affidavit where there was a gun mentioned in the report, and I don't see where he hit anyone. It does say that the alleged victim thought he pushed someone, but I don't see where he actually did. And Your Honor, he hasn't had any prior issues with his brother, and it does look like Mr. Lewis or Louise did escalate this argument. I mean, he stood up and walked towards my client because, again, in the affidavit, it says where he thought my client pushed someone. So, Your Honor, we'd be asking for a signature bond at a level 2, one, so that he can get back to his child, but also so that he can maintain his employment. He is at risk of termination if he is not released soon. And that's what defense would be requesting today.
All right, defendant, I'm sorry, and Miss Evans Battle, I forgot, the state's position regarding contact was no further violent contact?
Correct.
All right, defendant's gonna receive a $1,500 surety bond, 1,000 on count 1, 500 on count 2. He's to have no further violent contact with the alleged victim in this case, have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons, and the case will be reset to state all purpose on the 14th. Is there anything additional? All right, best of luck to all parties concerned.
All right, number 3, Ms. Clyburn.
All right, Mr. Clyburn, your case is 26 CR 002108J. In this case, you're charged with criminal trespass. Do you understand your rights?
Yes, ma'am, and it's Mr. Clyburn.
Okay, my apologies. It's spelled that way on the calendar. All right, Ms. Harvey.
Yes, Your Honor. 12 cycles. Last arrest was January 22nd, 2026, out of Fulton County for criminal trespass. Does appear to be on probation for this case, sentenced March 12th, 2026 to 12 months probation. Appears to be on probation for two separate criminal trespass cases out of Fulton County. There are prior convictions for criminal trespass, 2 from 2025, 1 from 2024, and 1 from 2023. Also, 2025 conviction for possession and use of drug-related objects. Also, history out of Colorado, 2015 identity theft, 2011 fraud, and 2009 fraud. Recommendation from pretrial is level 3. Nothing further.
Thank you. Ms. Evans Battle.
Your Honor, Mr. Did he say Clyburn? That's what we have, but he has had a permanent ban from MARTYR since May of 2025. He was there smoking a cigarette aside of an elevator at the AT&T parking deck located there in College Park at 3800 Main Street. We are asking for a bond, a surety bond in the amount of $2,000 in consideration of, I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, at least 7 convictions for criminal trespass. We ask that, again, he stay away and honor the ban that is put in place from MARTA and have no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond. If he needs to meet with the social worker, we'd ask that that be allowed as well. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Ms. Patton?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Clyburn is 35 years old. He's been in Atlanta for 3 years. I did explain to Mr. Clyburn to stay away from all MARTA locations. We talked about the ban. He was under the impression that the parking deck was not MARTA's property, and I did explain to him that it was, and to stay away. He does understand. Your Honor, any bond assessed in this case is going to prevent Mr. Clyburn from being released. So we'd request a signature bond in this case.
Defendant is going to receive a $10 cash bond. He is to meet with a social worker, stay away from that location, and comply with all MARTA bans and restrictions, have no alcohol, drugs, or weapons, and he'll be reset to state all purpose on the 14th. Is there anything additional? All right, best of luck to you, sir. That concludes your case for today. Who do we have next?
Number 4, Mr. Cooper.
Good afternoon, Mr. Cooper. Your case is 26 CR 002131D. In this case, you're charged with an abandonment of a dependent child. You understand your rights?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you, Ms. Harvey.
3 cycles. Last arrest was March 3rd, 2026, out of Fulton County for simple battery, family violence. There's an open case in Fulton County for theft by taking under 25 SC 003928. An open case out of Fulton County for simple battery, family violence, battery against a female who is pregnant, obstructing a person making a 911 call, and cruelty to children in 3rd degree under 26 CR 001453D. An open case out of Fulton for violating a family violence protective order and simple battery family violence under 26 CR 001762D. Also an open aggravated stalking under 26 PI 002449. Recommendation from pretrial is a level 2 and nothing further.
Thank you, Ms. Evans Battle.
Yes, Your Honor.
yeah.
Sorry.
Ms. Evans Battle.
Yes, I was just saying this is, filed as a private prosecution in magistrate for abandonment. The court has set a purge amount and it's $528, and the state would ask that that be considered the bond.
That is all pretty much we can do in these cases. Ms. Patton, anything additional you'd like to add?
No, Your Honor.
All right, bond will be set at the $528 purge. All right, best of luck to you, sir. That concludes your case. Who do we have next?
Position 25, Miss Shannon.
Ms. Shannon, your case is 26 CR 00211L. In this case, you're charged with battery, simple battery, and criminal trespass. Do you understand your rights?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Ms. Harvey?
Yes, Your Honor. Last arrest was in 2019 out of Atlanta for willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer and battery family violence. That case was dismissed, Your Honor. Recommendation is a UJR through the jail and nothing further.
Thank you. Mr. Sirocco?
Yes, Your Honor. Could I have the defendant's name?
Brittany Shannon, position 25.
Thank you. Yes, Your Honor, this incident took place March 29th, 2026, 2249 Cary Drive, Southeastern Atlanta. Officers responded to a dispute call involving a weapon. They spoke with the victim, Mr. Ephraim Lamar. He's romantically involved with the defendant. He had a visible scratch on the side of his face. And he explained that he had visited the defendant at her home and suspected that she was drinking alcohol. She aggressively approached his vehicle and started banging on the hood of his car for an unspecified reason. When he arrived at his vehicle, he stated that he exited his vehicle to restrain the defendant, which is when she started hitting him and proceeded to also throw a glass bottle, at his car, which caused damage to the windshield. We have not been able to speak with Mr. Lamar. We would ask that the court sound for him when appropriate. But with respect to that battery family violence case, that was dismissed after the defendant completed pretrial diversion. So whatever work she had done there evidently is not working so well. We are asking for a $3,000 surety, $1,500 on the battery, $1,000 on the civil battery, and $500 on the criminal trespass. We're recommending 3 days anger awareness on account of this not being her first violent case here. No further contact with Ephraim Lamar. Stay away from the victim's residence. I understand this here was the defendant's residence, but we would ask for a stay away from wherever the victim resides. No drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond, Judge.
All right, thank you. And I'm sorry, was Mr. Lamar? I'm sounding for Mr. Lamar at this time. All right, hearing none, Ms. Patton.
Yes, Your Honor. Miss Shannon has been in the Atlanta area since she was a baby. She graduated from Alonzo A. CREM, the comprehensive high school. She did attend Georgia Perimeter with a major in early childhood education. She does have 2 children, Your Honor. And again, she doesn't live at that location. So we'd be asking for a signature bond for her to be able to return to her children. She is an independent contractor. So we'd ask that she also be released to maintain her employment. And that'll be defense's request for today.
Okay. I'm sorry, Mr. Sraffa, the state's position regarding contact.
No further contact was
Further
the state's
contact.
recommendation, Your Honor.
Okay. And I'm sorry, the state did speak to Mr. Lamar, even though he wasn't
Oh, we were unable to speak with
unable
him.
to speak to him. Okay. All right. Defendant is going to receive a $3,000 signature bond at level 1 through pretrial services, $1,000 on each count. She's to have no contact with the alleged victim. Stay away from that location. She can return one time if she needs to do so with a member of law enforcement to get any items, but I doubt that she does. She's to have no alcohol, drugs, weapons. She's going to take a 1-day anger awareness course, and the matter will be reset for the notice. Is there anything additional?
Yes, Your Honor. Again, the incident didn't occur at
Right. So
his
okay, I'm sorry, Ms. Patton. So your objection to stay away?
from her residence, yes, I am.
Okay. And okay, it's not family violence, so we can remove the stay away. Please remove stay away. All right. Is there anything additional from the state of defense?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Best of luck to you, ma'am. That concludes your case for today.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I be excused, please?
All right, before you go, is there anybody, we lost some people last time at ACDC. Is there anybody that's not at courtroom 2 that might be at ACDC before ACDC is excused?
You finished.
Is position 6 at courtroom 2?
The only one I had left was position 29, and she waived her appearance.
Okay. Are there any other female inmates who might be at ACDC just before we let them go? Is my question again, at courtroom 2, is position 6 there, or is this position 6 waived?
She waved as well.
She waived as well. All right, take care. Have a good afternoon. Bye-bye. All right, who we have next?
Number 10, Mr. Hart. Hello, Your Honor.
All right, good afternoon, Mr. Hart. Your case is 26 CR 002129G. You're charged with criminal trespass and criminal attempt to commit a misdemeanor. Do you understand your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Ms. Harvey.
Yes, Your Honor. 11 Cycles. Last arrest was in 2013 out of Duluth, Georgia, for a fugitive from justice for a fingerprintable charge. There's 1 conviction from 2006 for criminal trespass. Recommendation was a level 1. Nothing further.
Thank you. Ms. Evans Battle?
Your Honor, I'm sorry, I didn't hear the name.
That was number 10, Mr. Hart?
Yeah, that's wrong.
Mr. Hart, this happened at 7:30 in the morning at 3065 Webb Road, Alpharetta. He was located by cameras from a security company monitoring the building. He had gone on the roof of the building. It's called First Town P is the name of the property location. And he had indicated to the officers that he was there to complete AC repair work. The building's been closed, abandoned, or not abandoned, but at least not open for years, and there was no authorization for him to be there. And it was determined he was there to steal Freon from the AC units on the location. The bond is set for $1,000 surety for each count. We'd ask that it remain stay away from the property location, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while on bond. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Kim?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Hart is 54 years old, native Georgian. He does have one daughter who is 23 years old. And after ninth grade, he went to Gwinnett Tech College to get heating tech certification. And Your Honor, he is self-employed, working for heating and air conditioning and things like that. He denies the allegation, Your Honor, and we would like to request for signature on bond. His charges were mainly traffic, and the last one was 2013. He is recommended for level 1. We ask for signature on bond through pretrial level 1.
Okay, defendant's gonna receive a $20 cash bond, $10 on each count. He's stay away from that location, have no alcohol, no drugs or weapons. And in light of the cash bond, he's going to state off purpose on the 14th. Is there anything additional?
How much that bond was again? I'm sorry.
So, $20 cash.
I don't have $20. I don't have no way to get it. I got my stuff in the town and I think in my vehicle. I didn't get locked up with any money and things.
All right, I'm gonna think about what you're saying, Mr. Hart, but for right now, it's gonna stay right there. But I will put a note for me to think about it through the balance of the calendar, okay?
That means question. Okay, thank you.
All right.
Number 12, Mr. Hollet. Take a roll.
All right, Mr. Howlett, your case is 26 CR 002133E, in which he's charged with theft by receiving. Do you understand your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Harvey?
First arrest, Your Honor. Recommendations are usually through the jail. Nothing further.
Thank you, Ms. Evans Battle.
Yes, Your Honor. In this particular case, it occurred March the 30th of 2026. Officers were at the 7775 Ella Lane at like 12 o'clock in the morning regarding a suspicious person's call. There was a description that was given. He appeared to be a person walking in the area with a book bag. They determined that he had warrants already out from Douglasville, I believe. And so there was a search and he was located with a stolen car tag in his possession, which he should have known was stolen. He said his brother gave it to him to hold on to. The bond recommendation is for it's 1,100 surety bond that's already set in place. We'd ask that remain. We did speak with the victims in the case. They indicated that they were out of $9, of course, because they have to replace the tag in order for them to have the ability to drive the vehicle. And it's very inconvenience to them as well. So that's our bond recommendation at this time, Your Honor.
All right. Defendant's going to receive a $1,000 signature bond through the jail. He's to have no alcohol, drugs, or weapons. Ms. Kim, any objection?
No objection, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, best of luck to you, sir. Who do we have next?
Number 14, Mr. Jones. Thank you so much.
All right, Mr. Jones, your case is 26 CR 002118F. You're charged with battery family violence and simple battery family violence. Do you understand your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Ms. Harvey.
34 cycles, Your Honor. Out of Georgia, 6 out of California. The last arrest was in 2016 for theft by shoplifting. I show the last conviction from 2007 for criminal trespass. Recommendation is a level 2.
Thank you. Mr. Sirocco?
Yes, Your Honor. This incident took place, this was March 31st of this year. This is at 2050 Faulkner Road in Atlanta. It's where law enforcement responded to a fight in progress. They spoke with the victim on the scene, Miss Patricia Wagner. She explained that the defendant, who is her boyfriend and lives with her, had gotten into an altercation with her earlier. She and the defendant currently stay in a tent at the location. They are not far from where they were staying when officers reached them. She and the defendant had lived together in Thomasville a year ago before they became homeless, and she came home on this date and told the defendant she might be pregnant. Defendant accused her of being pregnant with someone else's child. And while arguing with each other, she was sitting on the bed. Defendant was standing over her. He had pushed her and had kicked her on the left side of her back and rib cage and punched her as well. Initially, the defendant stated that he and Miss Wagner didn't live together, and then later came back on that and said they do. Yes, and there were on Miss Wagner, there was a visible injury observed on her. Don't have that written down, but officers did observe visible injury here. State's recommendation is going to be a $3,000 surety, Judge. We haven't spoken with Miss Wagner yet. We'll continue those efforts, but we'd be asking for a $3,000 surety with no further contact. The breakdown would be $2,000 on battery family violence and $1,000 on the simple battery family violence. We're recommending 4 days anger awareness. He does have some prior violence in his history. No further contact. Stay away from the 2050 Faulkner Road address in Atlanta, or if that is in fact the residence there, it's unclear whether that's the residence or there was a residence just right nearby it. But in any case, stay away from the victim's residence. No drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond. If we could sound for Ms. Wagner.
Is Ms. Wagner present? All right, Ms. Kim?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Jones is 59 years old, and he was born in Missouri. However, he came to Georgia when he was 4 years old. So he has been here for more than 55 years. After graduating from high school, he is currently part-time employed at BJ Rooster at Cheshire Bridge Road. Your Honor, he does have a good address and phone number. He denies the allegation and he says they do not live together. And she comes in and out, and that 2050 Faulkner Road is actually a homeless shelter where there are many other people stay. My client does have a community service there for the Elizabeth Foundation. He cannot have any child. That's number one. He does not think complaining witness is telling the truth. He denies the allegation. We ask for signature on bond since his income is very, very low.
Ms. Kim, he's living in that shelter. Does he have a stable address? I was considering sending him through pretrial, but without an address, he won't be able to get the notices, and I don't want to set him up for failure.
Yes, he does have an address, Your Honor.
And I have a job. They're 24/3, just really hard.
Okay,
My
defendant
job-
is going to receive a $3,000 signature bond at level 2 through pretrial services, broken down 2,000 on count 1, 1,000 on count 2. He said have no contact with Ms. Wagner. I won't exclude him from that location. He's have no alcohol, drugs, or weapons, and he's going to take a 2-day anger awareness class. He's have and the case will be reset for the notice. Is there anything additional?
State would object to there not being a stay away here, given that it appears that she lives there as well. I don't want there to be any confusion here, and we're objecting out of concern for her safety.
Understood, but in light of the fact that it's a homeless shelter, where people come and go. Mr. Jones, if you see her, turn around, go out of the shelter, and don't have any contact with her, but I'm not going to exclude you from a place where you're getting resources, okay? All right. Best of luck to you, sir. Who do we have next?
21 to pool.
I'm sorry. Did you say 21? Mr. Poole, your case is 26 CR 002136C. In this case, you're charged with 2 counts of battery family violence and 2 counts of battery against a pregnant female. Do you understand your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Harvey.
9 cycles, Your Honor, out of Louisiana. Last arrest was March 10th, 2021 for domestic abuse against a pregnant victim that did result in a conviction. There's also 2023 simple battery and interference with an officer making a lawful arrest out of Louisiana. Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you. Mr. Sirocco.
Yes, Your Honor, that simple battery was a domestic abuse battery in the charge description there. And there have been several other cases against him for domestic abuse, aggravated assaults from 2018, domestic abuse battery 2018, and there's a simple criminal damage to property. Although that last case was dismissed, I don't have the dispositions for the former aforementioned stated cases. The incident here took place March 21st, 2026 at 1055 Ada Avenue, ADA, AVE, in Atlanta. Law enforcement responded there in reference to a dispute that had ended by the time it had concluded. This was the victim's sister had called the police due to bruises that she observed, and her knowledge of an altercation between the victim, Miss Dornisha Zachary, excuse me, and the defendant, who is her husband. They'd been in an altercation the previous night, and it was verbal. Defendant advised that he was leaving to go smoke and cool off, and Ms. Zachary wanted to continue talking, didn't want him to leave. And it was at that point the defendant had jumped across the bed, making contact with her, forcing her into the door of the bedroom. This caused bruising to her face that officers observed. And then defendant attempted to take her phone. As he was leaving, they struggled over the phone, where the defendant grabbed her left arm and twisted that arm within her jacket. And there was bruising to her left arm that was observed by the officer as well. There was also bruising to her shin. We have spoken with the victim. She and the defendant have been together since 2021. They've broken up for 6 months before he came back to her into her life in November of 2025. And she was pregnant in 2026 with his child. They were married February 21st, 2026. This incident, the result of the defendant's infidelity. She states it was the defendant who became upset with the victim because she had actually been speaking with his mistress, and she told the defendant to calm down. The defendant jumped over the bed and pushed her into the door, bruising her face. That act resulted in the jamming of the door, which wouldn't open. Defendant grabbed the victim's phone and tried to open the door and started to get upset that the door was jammed. Then she got her other phone and told the defendant she was going to call the police. She began acting like she was talking to the police. And that's when the defendant was trying to get her phone out of her hand. This caused them to fall on the bed. He was on top of her and at that point grabbed her by the neck with one hand. And in the midst of the scuffle, trying to get her phone. She has stated that violence has occurred over 3 other times in their relationship, but she hasn't called the police. The only time she's called the police previously on him is when he took her car. She explained the defendant told her that he was going to start hitting her on top of her head so people can't see the bruises. And she is asking for no contact and a stay away. We certainly echo that. We did conduct a danger assessment here, and she revealed that the physical violence has gotten worse or more frequent. He tries to choke her, is constantly and violently jealous of her and follows her or leaves her threatening notes and messages. She was determined to be in the highest category of danger, Judge, that is extreme danger. We are recommending an $8,000 cash bond out of concern for the victim here, her safety, the risk of reoffense, and where the breakdown on that would be $2,000 each. FIB, no further contact with the victim in this case, Ms. Zachary. Stay away from 1055 Ada Avenue Northwest in Atlanta. And I believe random screens for drugs and alcohol as well. I believe there was mention of alcohol involved. Yeah, just to reiterate that this is not his first case with battery against a pregnant woman, Judge, with that previous conviction from 2022 and multiple prior family violence cases, and one of which was a conviction also. That is the state's recommendation. If we could sound from Ms. Zachary.
Is Ms. Zachary present? Ms. Kim?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Poole is 27 years young, and he came from Louisiana about 5 years ago for a better life. And he may have been in trouble when he was in Louisiana, but ever since he came to Georgia, he has been doing really his best to build up his new life. He has a wife, and they are about to have a baby, so he was very excited and he wanted to pursue better life. Actually, he's 1 week away from getting CDL. He wants to be a truck driver because it pays a lot more. And he graduated from high school 2018. He went to Full Sail University for music major. He was there for about 2 years. Your Honor, he does have a job right now. He's going to school for CDL. He's going to night shift at Randstad temporary staffing company. No matter what he makes, he's doing his best to provide for the family. Your Honor, we would like to request for the lowest possible bond. If Your Honor is not inclined to give him a signature on bond, we ask for a maximum $6,000 surety bond.
All right. Defendant is going to, hold on, let me do this. Okay. Defendant is going to receive a $6,000 surety bond, $2,000 on each battery family violence, and $1,000 on each battery on a pregnant female. He's to have no contact with the alleged victim, and he's to stay away from that location. He's to have no alcohol, no drugs or weapons, and he is going to state all purpose on the 14th. Is there anything additional?
Yes, Your Honor. If it is the court's decision to impose a surety here, in the event that he does bond out, we would request an ankle monitor here.
Okay, I'm not going to do that at this time. The 6,000 surety will stand. All right, who do we have next?
Number 22, Ms. Reeves.
All right, Mr. Reeves, your case is 26 CR 002137C. You're charged with battery family violence and simple battery family violence. You understand your rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Harvey, thank you.
3 cycles. Last arrest was October 22nd, 2022 for aggravated assault. Appears to be under first offender probation for that case. That's out of Fulton County. Sentenced August 17th, 2023. Recommendation from pretrial is a level 2 and nothing further.
Thank you. Mr. Sirocco.
Yes, Judge. I did want to add as well, there is a conviction under 22 CR 002372C for battery, convicted in 2024. It was a 2022 case. That was not a family violence case by definition, but it was intimate partner violence, and he had struck her several times, threw her to the ground, and kicked her. It was a different victim. The incident here took place March 30th, 2026 at 1212 James Jackson Parkway in Atlanta. Officers spoke with the victim on scene, Miss Alexis Wise. She explained that the defendant, with whom she shares a 1-year-old child, came over after sometime that evening and alleged infidelity. They got into an argument, and after the argument, she had went to sleep. She woke up at around 4:22 in the morning and noticed the defendant was inside of her living room, sitting on the couch. Everything was fine until she got on the phone and began talking to someone while he was still there. And it was at that point the defendant became upset, approached her from behind, and placed his right forearm against her lower lip, neck area in an attempt to choke her. She stated that during the struggle, they both fell to the floor. She was ultimately able to kick him off and ran to the restroom where she was able to call 911. She sustained a laceration to the inside of her lip from the incident, and officers did observe that. Yeah, he's on that first offender probation. That was an aggravated assault family violence, actually, for stabbing his brother with a knife. That's 5 years probation he's on currently. And he should be, I don't believe he's on probation still for that other battery with the intimate partner case, Judge. But with that history, and with us having not been able to contact the victim either, we were concerned for her safety. State's recommending a $7,500 surety, the breakdown being $5,000 on the battery family violence and $2,500 on the simple battery family violence. We are recommending FFIB if he does bond out. No further contact with Alexis Wise. Stay away from that 1212 James Jackson Parkway location in Atlanta. And no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond. If we could send for Ms. Wise.
Thank you. Is Ms. Wise present, wishing to make a statement?
Yeah.
All right, Ms. Kim?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Reeves is 21 years young. He was born and raised here in Georgia, Your Honor. He has no objection to stay away as long as he can get third-party transfer for his 1-year-old daughter with her. He's willing to have no contact with her. Your Honor, my client is making a very minimal and temporary service. So he doesn't have a lot of money to pay for the bond. So we would like to request for a signature on bond. However, if Your Honor is not inclined to give him a signature on bond, we ask for the maximum $2,000 surety bond. He dropped out at 10th grade, and ever since then, it has been kind of challenging for him. And I am actually referring him to Leather's program so he can get his GED and also turn around his life to have a better life with his 1-year-old daughter.
All right. Defendant is going to receive a $3,000 surety bond, $2,000 on count 1, $1,000 on count 2. He's to have no contact with Ms. Wise. He can arrange transfer of the child through a third party, and he is to stay away from that location on James Jackson Parkway, have no alcohol, drugs, or weapons. And this case is also going to state all purpose on the 14th. Is there anything additional?
No, Judge.
All right. Best of luck to you, sir. That concludes the case for today. Who do we have next?
All right, we have position 28 and add on 3, Mr. Thomas.
All right, Mr. Thomas, you have 3 cases today. Your first one is 26 CR 002125A. In that particular case, you are charged with loitering and prowling. And let me pull up the other ones. And let's see, you also have.
Your Honor.
I'm listening, Ms. Kim, yes?
I didn't want to interrupt. After complete, I was going to say that he was found to be incompetent to stand the trial. So I just wanted to
Understood. He needs to go to our special calendar. You also have 26 CR 002139E, in which you're charged with no, that's not your case. I'm sorry. 22 CR 002141A, in which you're charged with theft by taking, and 26 CR 002142A, in which you're charged with 2 counts of theft by taking and 2 counts of criminal trespass. Do you understand your rights today, Mr. Thomas? All right, thank you, Ms. Harvey. And I'm sorry, Ms. Kim, is a recent evaluation?
Yes. The order was done at March 19, 2026. The case had to be placed on that docket because defendant has been found incompetent.
Okay, so we're gonna have this same problem again, likely. All right, please let Mr. Bartels to start looking for some options. All right, Ms. Harvey, can I please have the history?
Yes, Your Honor, 38 cycles. Last arrest was January 13th, 2026 with the Georgia Tech Police Department for willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer and criminal attempt to commit a misdemeanor. There's a 2025 conviction for theft by taking, 2025 criminal trespass, 2021 criminal trespass, 2018 obstruction and criminal trespass, 2010 forgery and criminal damage to property, 06 burglary, 2004 robbery, and at least 3 other convictions.
That's good, Ms.
Recommendation
Harvey.
from pretrial is a level 3.
I'm familiar with Mr. Thomas. Mr. Rocco, I'm like I said, I am familiar with Mr. Thomas and the situation. Is the most recent case at Georgia Tech again?
It is, Your Honor.
Okay.
All of these cases are Georgia
All
Tech
of them are Georgia
cases.
Tech, yeah.
It's
I'm
either he has been, trespassed for it's a 5-year ban not to return until March 31st, 2031. He came back in spite of that. This is more or less it's the bike racks, scooter racks,
Yeah,
taking
I'm familiar.
scooters, and damaging locks of individuals keeping scooters at the location. And the scooters themselves, actually, the victims are in add-on case 2. It's Mohammed Al-Mahrouk. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And in the add-on 3 case, Peyton Miller, Evan Haynes, Mary Guzino, and Annabelle Smith. Each of these individuals stated their intention to press charges here.
All right, are
Because,
any of those individuals present by any chance? Okay,
Your Honor, it's a Miss Hawkins here. My apologies for the interruption. I don't know. She just said she's
she's
here.
here for the other Mr. Thomas. She's here for the other one, 27. Okay. All right. Mrs. Sirocco and Ms. Kim, what I think is it appropriate in this case is a surety bond and a social worker and reset to our other calendar because we've been here before.
Yes.
Any specific objections?
No, Your Honor. In some of the cases, the state was recommending a 7,500 given his history, as well. Stay
And I
away
know
from all Georgia Tech and those
he's not gonna
victims.
make bond because he's had a couple of dead dockets. Okay, so what we're gonna do for position 28 that's on our regular calendar is gonna be $1,000 surety bond, 500 on each count with a social worker visit. Stay away from Georgia Tech. Going to our special. Is the 14th? I'm not looking at the calendar. Is Miss?
You can put him on the 9th.
Okay, he'll be going to the 9th, and then 20. Actually, he may. What's the one after that one, Miss Young? He can go to one after that because I know they're gonna need time to.
Oh, the 16th.
Yes, put him on the 16th because they may need time to find some options. Or for add-on 2, defendant's gonna receive $1,000 surety bond with the stay away, and for add-on 3, it's gonna be a $2,000 surety bond, 500 on each count, and a stay away with a social worker visit, no alcohol, drugs, weapons. Is there anything additional as it pertains to Mr. Thomas?
I think for the first.
Yes, Your Honor. On the add-on on 3, how much is that? Because it's 4 charges.
500 each count for a total of 2,000.
Thank you.
Excuse me, Judge, for add-on 2, what was the amount?
Add-on 2 is 2,000. I'm sorry, add-on 1 was 1,000.
Thank you.
And add-on 2 was 1,000, correct?
No, add-on 2 was 2,500 each count.
Wait.
Okay, on the add-on count, he's
I'm gonna
positioned.
do it again. Number 28 is 1,500 each count.
Yeah.
Add-on 2 is 1,000. There's the 1 count, so that count gets 1,000.
Okay.
Add-on 3 is 2,500 each count, and all of those stay away from Georgia Tech and have a social worker visit.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all for your patience. All right, best of luck to Mr. Thomas. Who do we have next?
We're gonna wait cases. We start with position number 6.
Oh, we're gonna do the waive cases. Okay. Miss Dixon has waived her appearance today. Her
Yes,
case.
Honor.
Her case is 26 CR 002135E, in which she's charged with simple assault, family violence. Can I have the history, Ms. Harvey?
Yes, Your Honor. First arrest, the recommendation is a level 1.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Evans Battle.
Yes, Your Honor. This happened March the 30th at 729 Cooper Street Southwest. The mother and victim in the case is Yana Dixon, who indicated that Ms. Dixon told her that she was going to beat her, basically, while they were in a verbal dispute. This placed Miss Mama Dixon in fear of her safety, and so she called the police as a result. Our bond recommendation is for a signature bond for pretrial services, level 1. I had it at a $2,000 signature bond, that she complete 3 anger management classes and have no further contact at this time with Miss Dixon, her name Ayana again. Yes, and stay away from the location at the 729 Cooper Street Southwest address. We have tried and reached out to Miss Dixon, and we have not been able to reach her. And I understand she Miss Schuyler is 17.
Right. I was gonna
the-
say, I don't know how practical a no contact or a stay away is.
Well,
light of the-
I mean, we haven't been able to reach her, so I don't know if
This is
if
her
it's
mother.
purposeful or not.
That's
Well,
her mother.
yes.
All right. Ms. Kim, do you object to a no further violent contact, a signature bond through pretrial services, and a 1-day anger awareness?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right. Defendant is going to receive a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial services at level 1. I'll waive the cosigner because I doubt she has one. Did she have a cosigner, Ms. Kim?
No, we could not find.
All right, I'm gonna waive the cosigner. She's had no further violent contact with her mother, Miss Dixon, and she's gonna take a 2-day anger awareness course, have no alcohol, no drugs, weapons, and will be reset for the notice.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, is there another waiver, or we have another position we can take?
Number 15, Mr. Kelly, he's also a waiver.
All right, and that case is 26 CR 002114B. Mr. Kelly, and when she's charged with abandonment. Ms. Harvey, very quickly, what is the last arrest and how many cycles?
32 cycles. Last arrest, I did not put, but it was probably this open case. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I don't know why I don't have the date, but it's an open abandonment of dependent child case. 25 CR 007301B as in boy.
All right, and that's good. That's fine. In these cases, we don't have a lot of leeway anyway. So, Ms. Evans Battle, what is the purge amount?
It's $1,050.
All right, so that'll his bond will be the amount of the purge, $1,050. Anything additional, Ms. Patton?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, so that'll be his bond, $1,050 cash. All right. Are there other?
Number 24, Roberts, also waive case.
Okay, Mr. Roberts is case for 26 CR 002110G, in which defendant is charged with criminal trespass. Ms. Harvey.
33 out of Georgia and 4 out of Minnesota. Last arrest was March 2nd, 2024 out of Gwinnett for possession of methamphetamine, possession and use of drug-related objects that did result in a conviction. On probation out of Fulton County for arson, sentenced February 18th, 2022. There's a 2022 criminal damage to property, 2020 possession and use of drug-related objects, 2018 disorderly conduct, 2017 possession of meth and disorderly conduct, and 2014 simple assault. Nothing further.
All right, Mr. Sirocco, I guess I'm most concerned with where he was and if the state has MH concerns.
We do have MH concerns, Judge. A few recent convictions did list guilty but mentally insane. The incident here from March 30th was at the Quick Trip gas station. That's at 761 Sidney Marcus Boulevard, where he was returning,
Using
despite having
leave.
been trespassed. Yes, with his FTAs, his history, we are recommending a $1,000 surety, a social worker visit for MH. Stay away from that Sydney Marcus Boulevard Northeast address, that quick trip, and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond.
Is that, has he also been on our special calendar before? I believe so.
I
Anyone
couldn't
know?
advise that.
Ms. Kim, do you know?
No, I do not know, Your Honor, but I do recommend for a PHET, Your Honor, but he has a parole violation hold. So I would like to request for a signature on bond to be released to parole.
All right, defendant is gonna receive $1,000 surety bond. I'm gonna do the social worker visit. I am not gonna yet put him on our special calendar unless there is indication that he's already been there or has an eval. He's to stay away from that QT on Sydney Marcus and have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, best of luck to Mr. Roberts. Please let him know that. All right, although everything else is waivers?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, 26 is Crystal Skinner, 26 CR 002123J, in which defendant is charged with a hit and run and a failure to maintain lane. Ms. Harvey?
4 cycles. Last arrest was July 24, 2024, out of Clayton County for a failure to appear. Recommendation is a level 1. Nothing further.
I'm sorry, what was the date of that FTA? It was this year?
2024, July 24.
2024. Thank you. Mr. Sirocco?
Yes, Your Honor, this was a two-vehicle collision, Old National Highway on March 28th, 2026. The defendant was determined to have failed to maintain lane and had, collided with a vehicle that was operated by a Mr. Randy Jackson, who's traveling southbound on that road. The vehicle attempted to change lanes and struck the front left driver's side of his vehicle. They stopped initially, and Mr. Jackson advised the defendant that they had struck his vehicle, and the defendant re-entered their vehicle, at which point he advised he would contact law enforcement. Defendant stated didn't care, and then left the scene. And license plate number for that vehicle was taken, and the defendant's identity determined here, Judge. With that FTA, the state's recommendation is going to be a $1,500 surety, $1,000 on the hit and run, $500 on the failure to maintain lane. No drugs, weapons, or alcohol, and I want to make sure there's no driving without a valid license here. I don't have her driving history up per se, but I did see that 2023 Clayton case for driving while license suspended or revoked.
All right. Is Mr. Randy Jackson present? Okay, hearing none. Ms. Kim?
Yes, Miss Skinner is 38 years old, Your Honor. She was born in Michigan. She came to Georgia about 11 years ago. She graduated from high school, and then after that, she went to Everest Institution for about 2.5 years to get to become a certified medical assistant. Right now, she is unemployed because of her disability. She is actually losing something in her knee. It is bone to bone. She's expecting to have a surgery, and however, she has not gotten her disability check approved yet. So she has almost no funds whatsoever. Your Honor, there was 2 other passengers in a car, Jenia and Jihad, and they can say that it was my client who was hit by Ella, the victim. Complaining witness was the one who hit my client. Client's back was damaged. My client denies the allegation. We ask for signature on that. Thank you.
All right, defendant's going to receive $1,000 surety bond, $500 on each count. She's not to drive unless she has a valid license, and she is to have no alcohol, drugs, or weapons. This case will be reset to state all purpose on the 14th of April. Is there anything additional from the state of the defense?
No, Your Honor.
All right. All right, best of luck to Miss Skinner. Please send her my regards. All right, position 27 is 26 CR 002134B, in which Jarvis Thomas is charged with simple battery against a person who was either 65 or pregnant at the time of the offense. Ms. Harvey?
14 cycles. Last arrest was January 27, 2024 out of Fulton County for a probation violation. 2022 conviction for battery, two battery offenses. 2022 battery family violence. 2020 aggravated assault and possession of a firearm. 2013 robbery sealed in 2018 on the first offender, and FTA from 2022 and nothing further.
Thank you. Mrs. Sirocco?
Yes, Your Honor, this incident was from March 30th, 2026, 942 Hank Aaron Drive in Atlanta. Upon arrivals, officer observed another officer and another officer already on scene speaking with the defendant inside the residence. He was initially hiding inside a closet within one of the apartment rooms. He explained that he and the victim had a disagreement earlier, but claimed it was only verbal in nature. Mr. Marion Davis, the victim here, he's an elderly male, is 65 years of age. He explained this was the second incident involving the defendant on the same day. He stated that officers had responded earlier, at which time another officer took a report regarding the defendant physically assaulting him, slapping him to the ground and taking his cane before throwing it over the fence. But this incident here involved the victim was drinking a water bottle. The defendant approached him and struck him, knocking the bottle out of his hand onto the floor. There was some mention of alcohol consumption by the defendant, that he had consumed alcohol prior to the incident. There are from this history, there's a number of violent convictions with a battery of a certain nature conviction 2022, battery family violence conviction 2022, and the aggravated assault battery family violence conviction from 2020. So we are, needless to say, concerned for this victim's safety. As well as that 2022 FTA, there's a risk of failing to appear here. So the state is recommending $5,000 surety on this, 3 days anger awareness, social worker visit for any BHET issues, anything with housing. No further contact with Marion Davis. Stay away from 942 Hank Aaron Drive in Atlanta, and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond.
All right, is Marion Davis present and wishes to make a statement? All right, Miss Kim?
Yes, I believe Miss Hawkins is for this case. But anyway, my
Is
client,
Miss Hawkins? Miss Hawkins is not the victim, though, correct, Miss Kim?
I believe she was the one who was there together with him.
I only sound at this is a bond hearing, and the only parties we need to hear from at this time are the alleged victims, and I'm sure that you can appreciate that. All right, but if someone would let her know that there's other avenues. All right, Miss Kim, please proceed.
Sure, Mr. Jarvis.
Oh no, Miss Kim.
Yeah, she's cutting out for me too, Judge.
Miss Kim.
I removed them, Your Honor, so they can come back in.
Thank you, Miss Young. We're doing so well.
So close.
We can't even review the calendar.
Here they come.
Yeah, we back.
All right, thank you, Ms. Kim. Please proceed.
Yes, Your Honors. Mr. Thomas is 30 years old and he was born and raised here in Georgia. I believe that he believes that the gentleman, the complaining witness, is giving a false information, and even the name is false. His name is actually James something. Your Honor, my client uh, left high school when he was 11th grade. However, he's still pursuing for his GED, and he was supposed to start working at Congress Center yesterday. However, he believes he had lost his job because he was incarcerated. He has not been employed for the last 6 months, so he does not have any income at this point. He's living with his girlfriend, a child's mother, at that apartment complex. That's where they live together with a one child. So we would like to request for stay away to be removed. He will definitely stay away from Mr. Marion Davis. However, he wants to move back to different apartment number. They have a different apartment number. I just wanted to note that Mr. Davis did not report or display any visible physical injuries at the time of the report. There was nothing to prove that actually there was any kind of injury. We asked for signature on bond. If Your Honor is not inclined to give him a signature on bond, there is a $2,500 surety bond already set. We would like to have that remain set. Thank you.
All right, defendant is gonna, the bond will remain as set at the $2,500 surety. He's to have no contact with Marion Davis, stay away from Mr. David's unit, but I will not exclude him from his own home. He's to have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons, and the case is going to all purpose on the 14th.
Thank you very much. That was the last hearing.
We have Francis Tucker. Is that a waiver? Number 20. Number 29.
Yes, Ms. Tucker is a waiver, Your Honor.
All right, we'll do that one. 26 CR 002078F, in which defendant is charged with simple battery, giving false information, and obstruction. Ms. Harvey?
8 cycles, Your Honor, multi-state offender with arrest out of Florida and Ohio. Last arrest was April 13, 2024, out of Ohio for menacing. That does appear to be an open case, Your Honor. There is also an FTA hold out of Decatur, Georgia. Recommendation is a level 2 and nothing further.
Thank you, Mr. Sirocco.
Yes, Your Honor, the defendant here, this was on March 28th of this year, showed up at Halfway Crooks Brewery. I believe the address is 60 Georgia Avenue in Atlanta. Started harassing customers and taking drinks and pouring them into her own cup. Was asked to leave several times and refused. Security had to escort the defendant out, but as she was being taken out, defendant poked the victim, Mr. Sean Ryan Cooper, in his eye. Shortly after, she returned and began the same sort of behavior again. Security was taking her out a second time. She pushed away and punched that same victim in the face, leaving a bruise on his face. He gave the false name of Tracy Beckham and continued to resist while in custody at a fingerprint reader. And that was at the station, and during the struggle there, the computer desktop screen was broken. I do see the address on file for the defendant is out of Cleveland, Ohio, with most of the history here being out of state. And with that being the case there is a flight risk and what appears to be a minimal length of residence here in the community. We're recommending on the simple battery, $1,500 surety bond. On the giving false name, $500 surety bond, a $500 surety bond on the obstruction, and a $2,500, and a $500 on the interference for a $2,500 total surety bond. No further contact with Sean Ryan Cooper. Stay away from the Halfway Crooks Brewery at 60 Georgia Ave in Atlanta. We'd ask for a social worker visit for BHET, and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond.
All right, is Sean Cooper, was it Cooper? Sean Cooper
Sean
present?
Ryan Cooper, Your Honor.
All right, is Sean Ryan Cooper present? Wishes to make a statement? All right, hearing none, Ms. Patton?
Yes, Your Honor. We just ask that the bond be set as low as possible. Any bond set in this case is going to be like giving her no bond.
Okay. All right, defendant is going to receive a $2,000 surety bond, $500 on each count. She is to stay away from that location on Georgia Avenue, have no contact with Mr. Cooper, have no alcohol, drugs, or weapons, and the case is going to all purpose on the 14th. Is there anything additional?
Nothing
All
from
right.
the state, Your Honor.
All right, and does that complete the entire calendar? All right, before we review it, Ms. Young, I am gonna amend the bond for position 10 to a $5,000 signature bond at level 1 through pretrial services with the same conditions. It'll be $2,500 on each count. All right. Can we please review the calendar?
Hold on, Your Honor. Did you say level 1 for Mr. Hart, Your Honor, position 10?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Position 1, 3,000 SOB pretrial level 1. Position 2, 1,500 good, reset 414. Position 3, $10 cash, reset 414. Position 4, 528 purge, reset 414. Position 5, 1,000 good, reset 414. Position 6, 2,000 SOB pretrial, waive co-signer per judge. 7, $5 cash, 414. Position 8, 5 cash, 414. 9, 1,000 good, 414. Position 10 was amended to 5,000 SOB pretrial. Take that away. Position 11, 1,000 good. Position 12, 1,000 SOB jail. Position 13, 1,000 SOB with a 10% option. Your Honor, you want that pretrial level to be 1?
Let me think about that. Give me 1 second, Ms. Young.
Okay. I was on 13, Ivory. 1,000 good with the 10% option. I did, but what level pretrial? Position 14, 3,000 SOB pretrial level 2. 15, 1050 purge, reset 414. Position 16, 3,500 SOB PT. 17, 2,500 good, reset 414. 18, 2,500 good, 414. 19, 5K pretrial level 1. 25K pretrial level 1. They were both consent bonds. Position 21, 6,000 good, reset 414. 22, 3,000 good, 414. 23, 6,000 SOB pretrial level 1. 24, 1,000 good, reset 414. And position 23 was a consent bond also. Position 25, 3,000 SOB pretrial level 1. 26, 500, I'm sorry, apologies, 1,000 good, reset 414. 27, 2,500 good, waived. 2,500 good, reset 414. 28 waived, 1,000 reset 416. Sorry, comp calendar. Position 29, 2,000 good, reset 414. Position 30, 8,000 SOB pretrial level 2. Position 31, reset 31 is 6,000 good, reset 414. Add-on position 1 is 1,500 good, reset 414. Position 2, 1,000 good, reset 416 comp. Add-on 3, 2K, reset 416 comp. That completes the call of the calendar. Your Honor, I have one question about Jarvis Thomas. Was there a social worker visit for him? Position 27.
State recommended one, if that helps.
Hold on. No, I didn't do one at this time.
Okay, I heard the state recommend one, but it is one for Ms. Tucker, correct?
Correct.
Thank you.
And you had another question. I'm sorry, Miss Young. What was your other question?
Oh, that was it.
Okay. All right. We will be in recess until Friday's SCA calendar, at which time Judge Law will be presiding. Take care, everyone, and have a wonderful afternoon. Miss Young, I'm waiting for the orders. All right.
Yes,
Take
ma'am.
care.
Private,
Thank you, Judge.
personal email, broken
Please.
hair.
Thank you.
Yes, please. Thank you. Take care, everybody.
You
Thank
got
you.
'em.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Miss Young, the 10% thing, I think it automatically default. I don't think I get to pick the level. That's why I was just
Yes, you
looking it up.
do. You get to pick the level.
Let me look, because I was reading that it automatically defaults to level 2 if I don't say anything, which is what.
Cause I know sometimes, you'll cut out the YouTube, Melissa? You'll cut
And,
out the YouTube?
and put everybody else out. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye. Take care.